to make sure that the next 2 months of showcase runs aren't purely melee weapons, I think what I'm going to be doing is cycling through each one of the categories. So next up we got ranged weapon, and the first one here is the Multiple-nocks Bow. Survival scaling, it joins the rank of a lot of very good survival scaling ranged weapons alongside the boomerang, which has gotten me through so many 5-cell runs, at least until it was nerfed to the ground. You can't have 2 of them anymore, which sort of gets rid of the main strategy that I had going on with that. And, even more than that, there was also the nerf that they had where they took out the ability to use the double ammo mutation along with that. So yeah, that's not great, but hey, in the past it was fantastic. Also along those lines, you got like the marksman's bow, which was great until enemies started to teleport to you. As well as the Nerves of Steel. Used to be one of my favorite weapons until they nerfed the ammo count that it had with it. I think I'm starting to see something of a pattern with these weapons. Well, Multiple-nocks Bow, thankfully, is not going to be, at least just yet, part of that, because it's a very basic, very simple type of bow. All you do is, you just point and shoot. Shoots out 3 arrows at a time, which is kind of handy for taking care of bosses because it's going to go past damage caps. But also on top of that, despite all of that, it also does have a little bit of a problem in the sense that it is slow. It is still a survival scaling weapon, which can be something of an issue. At least on the 3rd hit, you get these special red arrows that do a little bit of extra damage. However, all that said, I do think this is going to be a very basic ranged survival run. Going to be able to really take a hit while also dealing with enemies at a pretty safe range, which is all I can ask for when it comes to 5-cell mode. Ranged weapons are still very, very powerful in this game. There are a lot of enemies that you do not want to engage in melee. So even though I'm going to have to deal with the ammo and the slight slowness of this weapon, I think it's overall going to be working in my favor more than it's working against me. That said, also getting a... Oh, so close. I was hoping to smash him with the rocks there. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about it right now. It's not like I need that early necklace anyway. I'll be getting one soon enough if I play my cards right and take out these enemies. Or maybe just go into a challenge rift right now. That'll work too. So yes, I also had a very nice start with getting a rampart here too. I do think that the best way to go about doing this run is to have a shield here. Parrying an enemy will free all of the arrows locked in an enemy's body, which is going to be absolutely essential for any sort of boss fight that I'm coming up against. And the ability to have didn't even shoot. And the ability to have that invincibility barrier is going to be pretty useful a little bit later on. Just don't even worry about trying to take out enemies, especially if I don't have a pierce on maybe one of the later... That was strange. On one of the later bows that I might get. So yeah, just instead, do that. Not even worry about standing still to actually get a volley of arrows even off. Oh man, even with bombardiers being, or not bombardiers, I mean grenadiers being much less of a problem than bombardiers, I'm still want to be a little bit more cautious against those guys than I'm being right now. Now the real question is, should I go for the sewers? Sewers, I do think, has a potential of maybe getting me some... what do I even want for a melee weapon? I was just talking about how I want to use a shield here. The sewers does have the potential for being a little bit more interesting. I always tend to go to the promenade and all that. But I do think it's also going to be a little bit more dangerous. Well, as long as I'm using the rampart correctly, shouldn't really be an issue. And hey, if I really do want to go the full sewer route, this shield and a ranged weapon combination is going to be a lot better than most survival runs you're going to have going up against her. I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to see. I'm going to play this one by ear. I'll head into the sewers, but I'm also going to have an escape plan. Worst comes to worst. Of course, that is just going to be going through the ramparts again, but that's fine. Worst places to go than the ramparts. Oh, bombers, though, are going to comparatively... I didn't get the parry there. Bombers, though, are going to be comparatively a little bit of an issue, just because, you know, slow ranged weapon, you can't quite jump up to hit those guys in midair. But hopefully at some point in time I can get a little bit better and, you know, actually survival scaling secondary weapons. Oh, before I go, I do have that cherry on the ground there. Yeah, I don't want to forget about that. I gotta say that doing the Multiple-nocks Bow first, the thing that I'm liking about this more than anything else is that I don't have to immediately jump into 5-cell tactics runs. I still struggle with those a lot, and I don't think that the changes that have happened recently are going to be making that any better. Now, the alienation change is nice and everything, but it's not so good that it's going to alleviate a lot of the issues that you have doing with that. You're still going to be dying in 2 hits the second that you get to the castle or the 5-cell area, which is going to be a problem. Aside from that, I don't have to worry about that this time because I am working with a survival run. And really, probably going to be going with the acceptance alienation, much like I was last time. The biggest problem that you have with survival runs is the idea that you're going to be getting malaised up more. It's the malaise more than health that you got to deal with. Every single time I got one of these runs, by the time I get into the castle, it's all about conserving your potion charges to make sure that you can... Well, maybe I won't have too much difficulty hitting enemies in midair with this weapon. It's slow, but it's not so slow that that's a problem, well, yet. But yes, I was saying, by the time you get into the castle, you're just conserving your potion charges more to make sure that you can heal up malaise if absolutely necessary than anything else. And, you know, I'm looking at the Sinew Slicer right now, and I know it's not of the main stat, but bleeding and poisoning, I mean, that has great synergy with Telluric Shock, and all I need is 1 new bow to start to get great synergy with that as well. This is about the point in time that I want to use a parry. Didn't even matter. If I really... And, you know, if I do want to go the alienation acceptance route, obviously the plan is going to be to try to shove as much food in my gob as possible, but it might also be worth it to, if I decide to go the full sewers route, go into the graveyard and see if I can't grab a couple curse chests for benefit from that too. I mean, the lessened amount of curse that I'm going to be taking is also great. I mean, that's going to mean a little bit less healing, a little bit less malaise healing as well. But I don't think that's... I think the juice is going to be worth the squeeze in that particular case. Oh, man. Let me tell you, if I do manage to hit some damage caps later on, you're just going to see this weapon doing some magic against the later stage bosses. I am going to have to make sure that I always keep an opening to actually use the shield, so that I'm not running out of arrows, especially if I'm not going to be taking the... Oh, no, I'm getting so distracted by the amount of things that are going on right now. Especially if I'm not going to be taking the double ammo mutation, is what I was going to say. Good. But that shouldn't be too much difficulty. It all depends on who I'm going to be fighting. And I do know that the Hand of the King, as annoying as that's going to be, to try to make sure that I can actually hit him. He does reflect projectiles. It is going to be pretty easy to parry him a lot of the time, and with an invincibility barrier, his 3-hit combo is going to be completely nullified. Of course, that's if I even want to stick with the starting rampart the entire time. You know, the last run that I did do, I stuck with that Hokuto's bow the entire time. It was fantastic start to end. I don't know if I want to stick with that here. Like I was saying, I am pretty much on normal mode, aside from the fact that I have the Multiple-nocks Bow as the only ranged weapon unlocked. So it's unlikely that I'm going to be seeing that a second time, but who knows? Who knows? RNG is a fickle beast. Nah. I want to save up money. I want to make sure that I don't mess around with what's been a pretty good... Speaking of a pretty good build, this could also be quite nice in the future for... Maybe better than Sinew Slicer, not going to have the same potential combos. Well, I mean, I guess it's better than the Sinew Slicer in the sense that... Come on, how... I know that double damage and everything like that is great, but... You still gotta wait for that thing to shoot and throw it down first and all that. It's not a burst in the same way that this is. And even if I'm not... Yeesh. Even if I'm not using it for damage, I can definitely be using it for the utility that it's bringing to the table. Good parry? Oh, what do you got here? No, it's not... If it had some absolutely if that Sinew Slicer had some sort of absolutely spectacular affix on it, you know, something that could give me maybe something like stun, you know, stuns enemies to make sure that I can... No, that still is not going to be all that useful. I don't even know what I'm talking about. There was no way that I was going to end up taking that. Giant Killer, though, is somewhat tempting. I'm noticing it down here right now. And anything else? Anything else? Bleed propagation never actually works with the corrosive cloud anyway. Oh, that's a lot of money. And I don't think I'm going to end up using it. Now, if I could replace the Multiple-nocks Bow, perhaps I'd do that. But, you know, I can't just keep taking the Giant Killer. Which, now that you can't have two of the same weapon, is probably going to be one of my go-to runs, aside from the general... the general build that I was using before of just your basic Hokuto's Bow, Alchemic Carbine. Or exceptionally good Hokuto's Bow, as the case may be. Ooh, that's something I'm going to do anyway. You know, for fun. That is a bad idea. You know, I said last round, I'll say it again. Don't do what done, it don't does. You're asking for trouble here, but I... think I'll be okay. 12 enemies left. Should I go for the 60 kills? No, let's keep this train wreck rolling. I'm already taking 2 times damage weapon. My outlooks are not great as it is. You know, live like you're dying in the most literal sense here. I am fully expecting to die, so why bother living any more than I already have to? Let's go! Obviously, getting alienation, or getting acceptance was the first one here. I don't want to... Interesting, but no. I don't want to stay cursed any more than I absolutely have to, and it's not like I had a huge amount of malaise going on right now. No, I want to make this curse simple and painless. If I can possibly do so. Great, and that was very painless. I told you, ranged weapons, just the king. If you can get it to work on 5-star mode. Which often you can't. Often the sort of runs that you're going to be working with are not... I like my slam. Often the sort of runs that you're working with are going to have you just too weak to be using any of the really good ranged weapons. With the exception of something like the Alchemic Carbine. Depending on the type of run you're doing, though. Yeah, I can't say that it's always... It's not like it's always a lock to have the Alchemic Carbine. I do like the range, I do like the power you get out of it, but... It's not like inherently it's an amazing weapon. It's the combination of Hokuto's Bow that makes it so good. Yeah, that was a good combo. I gotta make sure that I don't eat food if I possibly can. Of course. I was thinking, maybe I'll be able to not activate that guy. No such luck. Golden cells, I like what I'm working with right now. Invisible enemies might do me in... I can't believe I shot over that guy 3 times before realizing what I was doing. Oh, that barrier. You know, the classic sort of combination here when doing a survival-focused run is to just go. Stop trying to find the magical point in between both those protectors, and instead just find a more opportune place to go fight them. It's like you can pick your battles, you know. Hey, because I can do this. I was hoping to get the gravity to kill him, but that's fine too. So I can also do this. There. Now, what was I saying here? The classic combination of a survival run is some sort of big damage. I'm talking heavy grenade if I can possibly get it. But I do also want to go something a little bit different. And I want to say using something that is definitely not survival scaling is at least somewhat different. Am I going to be sticking with it the entire time? Who knows? It's been working so far. Taking care of some of the most obnoxious enemies, i.e. the bombers, is definitely selling me on it a little bit. Good. Not too bad. Because all I gotta do is something like this. And then he gets stunned. He gets thrown on the ground for a little extra damage. It's not bad. Oh, enemies that hit you freeze. As well as a lot of extra damage. Now, you know, I'm just talking about doing something a little bit different right now. I'm going to try something out here. First off, I'm going to go grab that iron key. Because I want that money if I'm not going to get some sort of upgrade item, which, no, doesn't really look like it. No, what I'm thinking here is that I can do something like just hold up the shield. Not going to work against a ranged enemy, but if some sort of melee attacking enemy. If I don't feel confident in getting a parry in one way or another, hold up a shield and try to finally get some use out of that mechanic. I don't know if I've ever tried that before, but if I don't parry, if I just have them hit me, obviously taking a lot less damage, but also freezing the enemy, which is going to slow them down afterwards for quite a while. Probably not the best idea when I have the 2 times damage on here, but I do think it's something a little different, a little novel. Maybe it would be worth switching up something like ramparts if I'm going to be going... Here, let's try this. Yeah, it's not too much more damage. I think I can make that work. Okay, obviously don't want to just get all of my health chunked off testing out things here, especially like I was saying, as I'm using a 2 times damage bow. But I do think that's a good sign for the future. Maybe get something along the lines of a frontline shield, and finally, well, I mean, we're eventually going to get to that point, like I'm saying. Oh, come on now. We're doing showcases on everything, hopefully. Yeah, I almost got me there. Not fast enough, though. I don't remember if there's any cursed chests in this area anymore. I should not be... I guess the thing is, I shouldn't be playing as if there are cursed chests so that I can take a lot of extraneous damage here, I think is the more important bit that I'm looking at right now. What was that even? Why'd I roll back into the spikes? I didn't get hit there, but I probably should have. Okay. Let's do it. I'm gonna take the curse. I'm gonna see if I can't get some good curse relief going on here. Already 3 enemies down. Can I do this? What's really entirely unnecessary, I just wanted to get topped off on health. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I'm thinking too gimmicky. I gotta get my head in the game and focus on surviving, not focus on coming up with wacky runs to show off to all my friends. Will you just get out of there? Okay, well, there's plenty more areas. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose it does also speak to how good this run is going so far, that I am trying to figure out ways to make it wackier. That's not... Dead Cells is a hard game. You don't need to make it Okay. You don't need to go and try to make it harder on yourself, especially since you're already doing a showcase run. Don't style. I know, as much as I like saying that I love styling on enemies, that's not something that I should be planning to do until I've already won. Or I'm absolutely sure that I'm not going to pay for my crimes. Confidence may be a slow and insidious killer, but that doesn't mean that you can't be a little confident sometimes. It's not the worst thing. Something I noticed there when I was, I'm going to keep rolling with this. Something I noticed there. When that elite hit me, when I had an invincibility barrier on, by the way, what's that? Oh, well, right. It's not the run. Although, I mean, can I kind of take it as a secondary thing? A colorless pyrotechnics would be amazing. It's not the run. Just get out of here. Don't tempt me. Oh, all right. What was I saying here? Oh, yes. When that enemy hit me and I had an invincibility barrier on, it was frozen. So that's an interesting combo to do. That's something to look into, certainly. Go for the invincibility barrier. Allow every enemy in sight to hit me before it wears off. And then we gravy. Let's try it out right now. Yeah? I don't know. I think this might be something. I'm not going to say with absolute certainty that it's something. Well, you just pop up on the ground there. There. One hit left. Come on. I'm not going to say with absolute certainty that there might be some tech here. But I do like the style that's going on. And I'm immediately going back and trying to do a bunch of gimmicky stuff to spice up the run. It's entirely unnecessary. It's going just fine right now. Let's get that bomb if I can. I'll re-roll once. Graveyard does now have a food shop in it. So I shouldn't be spending too much cash money. I shouldn't be too spendthrift right now. That's the right word, I think. Why did I say it if I didn't know that was the right word? Because I have an hour and a half of time to fill. Anyway, 16 is not a whole lot of survival right now. I need to hopefully get something more. I guess, you know, I don't know. I'm going to be taking every single chest that I can possibly come across. But I guess that can only go so far. And I did get, like, the challenge rift and everything. So I even got one bonus stat off of everything that I'm already working with. To say that I'm a little worried is an understatement. Look, I would love lacerating aura, but it's just not happening here. Only colorless weapon that I've gotten so far is was pyrotechnics, which, look, I would love to take. Don't get me wrong. Any other day, instant take. This was like the Rampart run? Absolutely. That would be an amazing combo. But it's not. So I couldn't. And the torch was, you know, 2 colorless fire weapons. I didn't even think of that. Finally living up to my name. Unfortunately, I had to deny both of them. Ah, well. Maybe I'll get a perfect fight against Conjunctivius, and by that, I mean I absolutely won't. I actually got hit there. I mean, that's fine. That's the first point of malaise that I've gotten in quite a while, so I guess I can't be too disappointed. Great! This is going to be a nightmare. This is where the Rampart comes in, certainly. Yep. Oh, yeah. That was the optimal usage of that weapon. I could scarcely ask for anything better. Unfortunately, that did leave me a little bit weaker than I want to be going into the next area. Only got 10 points to take after all. Stun grenade. Would you be worth taking? I'm probably better than Telluric Shock comparatively. Extra stun duration? Inflammable oil, pyrotechnics would would have just been perfect with this. Take that instead of Wave of Denial? No, I don't think so. Telluric Shock's not going to do me too much good in the next fight. I'm going to try. I'm going to give it an attempt. I think I might be able to make some magic work here. And as for everything else, no multiple-nocks bows. Cool. Great. Perfect. Well, what do we got here? Like, nothing that even works with my main stat except for you, and come on, 175. I'm not even going to entertain that thought. Give me that money and let's go. There's nothing else really to go find here. Oh, I guess there's a fragment. And one shop. But aside from potentially getting the bomb that I was looking for, I don't really think that I want to be spending too much more money on anything right now. Well, that was a little bit close. Not close enough, but somewhat close. All right, I want to get an upgrade for this. 25% damage to a stun target, ammo +3. Sounds pretty good. Doesn't have Pierce. Oh well. Also, only 25%? A little stingy. Well, I guess it's more than nothing. Only I had some sort of way to get a bleed on here, but I got rid of that long ago. And one more for the road. Well, I think this is a little sketchy. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this one. I think I'll make it out of this fight fine, but I don't know. I think I'll make it out of the fight. I don't know if I'll be fine. Let's say that. Because I don't like my odds. Let's see what we got for the Vorpin. Nothing. I mean, I couldn't take it anyway, but it's not like it even had very good affixes on it. Yeah, I mean, even without taking my usual necromancy or whatever, I'm still doing pretty good on malaise and health right now. Don't really need to go take that for this fight just for the malaise cure alone or anything like that. I don't know. I suppose we'll kind of see how this goes. There is a food shop if I'm going into the graveyard. And I should be able to take advantage of that. Almost 80,000 gold. Let's go. Skipping past the first phase, so missing one of the chains immediately is always kind of a weird thing. There we go. Get that stun. That extra damage. Very nice. Oh, that was such an awkward position. I couldn't really do anything with it. Okay, now. No, don't try to use... Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. I don't want her to try using the damage field thing on me, because that's not going to do me anything. There we go. Stun grenade, similar. Should make sure that I'm still using that here. A weapon that I haven't really thought too much about, if I'm being honest. It was never really a... come on, man. Never been a particularly impressive weapon, even when it was first introduced and everything like that. So I don't really know what to think of it right now. The problem with that stun grenade is that it does knock her out of doing the melee attack, which is gonna be my biggest source of damage. Just really got to try to get some distance. And also try to prevent that from happening. Yeah, I got some damage there at least. I don't know why. I thought maybe I could hit her into the wall, get a little bit of extra damage based on that. Not likely. Oh, I can reflect her projectiles with the Wave of Denial. Probably not for a lot of damage, but he's something. He's not nothing. we go. Invincibility, freezing. It's looking great. There we go. And there we go. Nope. Didn't roll out of there quite fast enough. Again, potion charge is coming up because there is now a food shop in the graveyard, and that's... You know what? That'll work. That'll do. Good parry. I was really questioning if I was even going to get that, considering that it was directly on top of me there. Ah, see, that one definitely was not happening, but wanted to give it a try. Okay. Well, not the worst. It's not the worst. Oh, come on. It's not the worst that I've ever had on that phase. I meant to parry and didn't parry. Didn't do the parry good. Like I was saying, that's about what I expected to get out of this fight as, at about this point. Oh, well, not the worst fight I've ever had, certainly. I'll give it that. Yeesh. So, next up, I'm going to be buying a potion charge, absolutely, and seeing if I can't grab some food anywhere. It's always a real grab bag. I mean, you know what I would love to see as mutation or something like that? The ability to like have enemies drop food at a greater rate. I mean, maybe it's just because I've been playing Undermine a whole lot lately, but the item, the cleaver in that, which allows enemies to drop foodstuffs at a greater rate, or like at all, because I don't think it usually happens naturally, or at least not too much naturally. Something like that here. Maybe make that a Vorpan special ability, even if it's always infected, because it's coming from a zombie, as everything on the island is. Would not be opposed to that. All right. This is what I was talking about. Let's give her a go. I do like the rampart and everything, but this is the sort of build that I was talking about previously. Don't even know what I was trying there. Just like, I'm just gonna sit in the corner and hopefully nobody's gonna be hurting me. Which, I mean, it's not working entirely unlike that. Last couple of runs have been quite curious builds compared to what I'm used to. I'll say that. Not even in a bad way. Not even in a bad way at all times. Some of them are just weird. Okay, be a little bit cautious here. I already used one potion charge. I would rather like not to use two. Good lord. This is a huge area. Mm-hmm. It's not looking good. But all I need is like 2 pieces of food to be... How did I not get hit by those spikes? You saw that, right? That was some... I wouldn't even say, like, are you kidding me? That could still kick me from there. That wasn't even, like, some very good play. I don't know how that happened straight up. Weird. Okay. Yeah. A couple pieces of food. And there will be a piece of food in said food shop. Said mythical food shop that I'll be hitting at any point in time. Anytime now. I'm telling you. It's coming. Whatever, these things don't malaise me up. So I can weather as many hits from them as I want. All right. You know, let's... You don't get enough defense just holding up in a corner and having enemies hit you. I shouldn't really be attempting anything particularly wacky with that. Like I was saying, you get too good of a run, you start to get inventive. with how you build these things in a bad way. And, you know, range survival. Said before, I'll say again, it's a fantastic combination. One that you always want to look for in just about any mode. Are you kidding me? I do like that I got launched up in the air, which was pretty fun. But also, come on now. Please. Thank God. Okay, well. This is, of course, what I am looking for as far as healing, malaise reduction, all that sort of stuff. I'm a little bit worried. Are you kidding me? Nope. Because that guy can spawn stuff. Which is bad. Should go without saying. Let's go see if I can't find my way inside of an area before I get completely wombo comboed by a very, very angry zombie. Feel that rage coming off. Oh, there's nothing in here. There's the other area that had the good stuff. You know what? Nah, give me this. I think I was doing better with the rampart anyway. That's not the zombie I was talking about. I am still very much worried about seeing some electro zombie suddenly like fly into frame. Hey, cut that out. Oh God, that's an elite. Ah, I can't believe I managed to not get hit by that elite there. I really thought it was going to happen. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. That'll work. That'll do. I'll take it. Oh, what a time that was. But worked out in my favor. I didn't get the parry there? Are you kidding me? Motion twin, I demand a refund. There. Yeesh. Well, the 75% damage reduction and everything is going to be pretty helpful. So I guess I'm going to be rolling with that, and we're going to be seeing if I can manage to get out of here without dying. Oh, also, go grab that scroll fragment, of course. Never want to leave those things behind if you don't have to. Right over the spike pit, eh? This is definitely not a run to be taken into the caverns, I'll tell you that right now. Not that I thought there was any chance that I was... Ooh, okay. Sure. Stun duration plus shield for a little bit of extra invincibility. I like the look of that entirely. Yeah, I can make that work. Sure. There's the electricity that I was talking about. There are points where the helper buddies on that mob will just fly directly into you, and that's happening right now. Thankfully, killed him first. And that can end your run lickety-split if you're cursed. And that was what I was really worried about happening there. Thankfully, I managed to avoid drowning for one day. Cool. Entirely unnecessary right now, but hey, why not? It's not like you see that thing every day. Architect's Key is still, thank God, is sometimes quite the elusive thing to get. Probably should have gone for the food first, but there's plenty of opportunities to go eat food later on. Hello. I like the looks of this. Trail of Flame, extra damage on burning target. Obviously lose the 25% on stunned, but at least it feeds into its own critical, which is pretty cool. It's always something pretty helpful. It's not the best type of critical. I mean, it's in the past it would have been the ability to get oh, I can't buy anything anyway. What am I even thinking? Ooh, not bad though. If I was doing a brutality run, that is. Yeah, in the past, if you had like fire synergy like that, that would be incredible. These days, it's all about poison, at least in my mind. Bleed as a second, fire as a third. You know, I'm not even going to say distant third. It can be useful, but I almost never prioritize it over anything else these days. How the mighty have fallen. But I mean, hey, that's dead cells for you. Sometimes you get the dead, sometimes you get the cells. Well, you always get the cells. But also sometimes you get the dead. All right. Need about 20,000 gold to afford that slice of watermelon. And it doesn't matter if it is one that is good parry. It doesn't matter if it is a clean piece of watermelon or not, due to how the general setup of mutations that I got is working here. But that said, I mean, I guess if that's all I can get, that's all I can get, you know? Good. Thankfully, that zombie was not near me to bring the electric circle of death right into my face, which still continues to not exist. Okay. This has been rough in some ways. I knew that going up against a boss that, you know, wasn't the concierge, who is, as always, is a total pushover, was going to be a little bit tricky. Stop that. Oh, I'm out of, Yeesh. Didn't realize I was out of ammo there. And continue to be. Come on. There. That's where that double ammo mutation can really come in handy if you find yourself in a very bad circumstance like that. Come on. You know I can't. You know I can't. You gotta have a certain level of willingness not to cheat, I guess. And that sort of thing, especially with the survival run, it's like you tend to be taking most of your damage going through the regular areas, as it were. Not going up against, like, well, bosses you do tend to take a lot of melees and damage too, but it's dealing with these random riffraff characters that are more deadly, in my opinion, to your average survival run. Mostly due to the whole, well, you know, malaise mechanic. That's, something of a problem. Anyway, please, for the love of God, just give it to me. Nope, don't want that weapon. I want something a little bit better than that if I'm going to be taking a colorless anything. And really, looking at this right now, do I even care about going and getting that piece of food? Think I'm going to do so. I think I can afford it, right? Oh, absolutely. I'm going to do so, get myself extra malaised up, but then, you know, by the end of this, what's going to happen is that I'll be at full health, I'll be at 0 malaise, and I will be sitting pretty, full health, full potion charge, 0 malaise, and we'll be sitting pretty for the rest of the run, provided that I survive. If I don't survive, then I'm going to be looking quite the fool. Yep. I survived, by the way. You know, let's just not even worry about this and book it right into the sepulcher, because I don't like my chances against a slasher in any way. Still not able to get in any of those doors. I had somebody ask in the last video, which I should probably also respond to formally too, that if higher cell difficulties should have a little bit more let for the doors. And I do think that, you know, in one way, yeah, you're going to have a harder time going through the areas, period. I think that, you know, making that's just like the least you could do. But at the same time, you know, Dead Cells is a game that prides itself on its hardcore nature. I can understand if you want to make it like, continue to be as difficult as possible and everything like that. So you want to make sure that the that the doors are just become more and more difficult in time to make sure that you can continue hitting those same goals. I don't know. Of course, I also always come down on the level of I want things to be easier. I think that Dead Cells is a game that is so very hardcore all the time, every single time, that the idea that it has to continue to be as hardcore as possible in every circumstance, nah, I don't feel that way. I think it is totally okay to, you know, just give the player some lets sometimes, which is why I think in the latest update I wasn't too disappointed with some of the changes that I've seen other people. I'm fine with the game becoming easier in some respects, is what I'm saying. Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst to get the parry shield right now. I don't have the freezing synergy thing that I was going for before, and the ability to do a lot of extra damage with parries is really more in line with my general play style when I'm using the shield anyway. If I can afford it, I'll do so, but I certainly do not regret. Haha! Terrible. Why are you not activating Wave of Denial? That's all I ask of you. Or anything that I'm trying to use right now. What the hell? There's one cursed chest in here too, so I'll be okay. That said, as it's going right now, I don't know if I'm going to survive even taking it. Now, I've entirely lost my train of thought otherwise, so bear with me here. The Timekeeper. Timekeeper would also be very well countered by a good parry shield in that way. Okay, get that permanent light source. Kind of shuffle everything around, even though it does virtually no damage. Oh, nice. That was a good combo. I'm not going to worry about that right now. If I do happen to take a lot of extra melees and everything, like I said, I already have a cursed chest that I know is pretty much waiting for me to come and take it. So I don't really have to worry about shoving food, of taking curse from that food yet. Maybe a little bit later. Worst comes to worst, I got a backup plan. And that's worth its weight in gold sometimes. Just knowing that you have insurance. You buy in peace of mind. All right, well, here's Force Shield again, which, again, would not be the worst thing to be taken right now. I'm looking at that parry shield if possible. And a tonic, which is more likely what I'm going to end up using. I didn't get the parry there? Huh. Well, it's not great. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, aside from the graveyard, I haven't really been taking too much for hits in the game just yet. So really, probably going to be okay. However, that does not mean that I should be complacent. Always got to be on edge. That's not too bad. Also not too bad, but neither of those are really gelling with the weapons that I got right now. I'm not going to worry about it is what I'm saying. Tonic would probably be useful if I start to take a lot of damage from traps. If I'm going into, say, a challenge rift around here. You never know when those things are going to appear, after all. Sure. Also, I should really be switching out the stun grenade at some point in time. The tonic, thinking about that right now, might actually be more worthwhile than the stun grenade. Sure, I'm not going to be able to use it as much, but I will be able to use it. It's going to be longer invincibility, and it's going to be more pre-planned invincibility, which is what I'm thinking here. Okay. Yeesh. Well, thankfully, those abilities don't give you melees anymore, which is good, because that's kind of what I'm mostly worried about. However, it does give you melees when you get hit by regular enemies. Gold is supposed to sell? Sure. I'm going to try to make that work for me. think that trying to get as much gold as possible to try to afford a little bit of upgradeage for my equipment is not a bad idea at all. And definitely something that I should be working towards if I possibly can. Besides, I still get the 75% damage reduction and all that. It's going to make sure that I'm at least not going to die from a couple projectiles, if nothing else. And that's all you can expect in this crazy, mixed-up world of ours. Let's go give me another point of survival. Only at 24 right now, after all. I mean, it's really more because I got the Wave of Denial than anything else. Which has been, you know, pretty decent. Absolutely useful. I did not get the parry there. I feel like I'm off my parry game at this point in time. Yep, definitely. A strange build, a strange combination of items. There we go. Nah. Everything I've got working for me right now is totally fine. Not really looking to switch up my build in terms of... I can't believe I continue getting hit by that. Well, now I am going to go back and take that piece of food. I don't need a new necklace, is what I was saying. Or at least what I was trying to say. Let's knock these guys right off the edge of this area here. Are you kidding me? Ridiculous. But that's fine. I'm not gonna fret about it too much. Are there more enemies over here? Stats, certainly, but if I can not deal with... Oh, there's the curse chest. Oh, and there's the explorer's rune. Good. Useful. I can actually kind of scope out where the rest of the enemies are. Which, when you're cursed like this, is absolutely a worthwhile thing to do. Okay, then. I forgot that it's like, yeah, I haven't really been in this area, have I? Let's be extra cautious here. Good. Good. All right, well, now I don't have to worry about a full 16 curse then to take for the next area, if nothing else. Come on. Hey, there you go. My patience was rewarded. I know that's probably not the sort of... It's not really how that worked, but I don't care. I win. Anyway. Okay. Let's just not... I don't want to worry about the cleaver there. The cleaver is worrying. I've been hit by those guys too much trying to dodge around a bunch of... Okay. Oh, trying to dodge around a bunch of blades there poorly. Let's just not even risk it for the time being. No more enemies around here? Huh, I guess it was the only two. The other thing is that I will be able to see if there are invisible enemies as well. Good, good. All right, let's get out of here. Last curse chest for the game. I guess I could probably continue with this setup if I really wanted to. I guess I could probably continue with the setup of mutations if I really wanted to. Try to continue to get healing from food. And honestly, I might. I think that there is a definite case to be made that I am not... it's not like I'm going to stop taking a bunch of melees coming up here. But I could also maybe get something a little bit more. I mean, I got enough money. Oh, I didn't... Well, no, I don't need the shield. I got the rampart now. The new rampart. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch this out for a little bit more traditional type build. Double ammo probably would have also been a good idea, but I'm going to try to use the rampart as much as possible, too. And then we'll see how it goes in the future. Might switch back to the original set of mutations that I had. It just depends on how the wind blows. Okay. All right, well, at least the parries are on point. Okay. Good. I don't know. I'm looking at this right now, and I'm like, it's going okay. Ooh, shouldn't have gone for the parry there. But I survived anyway. Well, no perfect fight, but that's okay. Especially with the melees getting taken care of by necromancy sooner than later. Good. Okay. Not bad. I mean, I've had a lot worse fights against the Timekeeper recently than that. Here, I got out of here pretty much unscathed. Spike Shield, I'm not going to worry about. I really like the... Oh, man. Look at that thing. If I was working with anything but a survival build, that could be very tempting to take. Oh, well, as it is, I'm just going to be happy that I'm out at pretty much full health, no melees, full potion charges. It's a rare type of run to have this with a survival one. As long as I don't completely screw it up in the castle. ... I think I got a good chance. As always, what you're really looking for here is just to beat the hand of the king. Anything else is bonus. Oh, I did get hit there, unfortunately. Stop that. Everybody stop that. All right. This is definitely going to be where the Rampart is going to start to shine. A lot of enemies, a lot of very frustrating enemies to fight. If I can get even a single... Oh, yeah, also, Wave of Denial working pretty well here. There we go. Wave Denial is also going to work pretty well here to take out the demons. Bombers got their own thing to kind of prevent me from dealing with them, at least flawlessly, pretty well with the Wave of Denial, but they can recover from that easily, is what I'm saying. Whereas demons, I don't think have that same level of stuff going on. Yeah, open up a fight by just doing a parry and then going very hard into as much attacking as I can. Very nice. 75% damage reduction is also going to be great, even outside of... 75% damage reduction is also going to be great, even though it's not going to be doing too much for me as far as melees goes. Oh, how'd that Lancer get activated anyway? No, it's the crystal one. Those things can't even teleport around. Not going to worry about it. And to be honest, the way I'm thinking about it right now is that I might just want to go for getting the Explorer's Rune to activate and then exploring some of these areas. The less time I can spend in each one of the mini-boss areas is just going to do me a lot of good. And it seems like... Oh, all right then. That's convenient. Usually not that easy. Close. Good. This is... Man, demons are always one of the most frustrating parts about dealing with this type of... dealing with this area entirely. And this is at least a good build for dealing with that. Like, look at that. They don't have a whole lot of health. They only need to fall a very small distance before they get completely taken out. Let's get him at a good distance here. Parry that away, because I'm on fire, baby. Good. Oh, don't get too confident. Don't get too overconfident here. I mean, it's going well so far, but that Dead Cells, I've always said, it's a game where things go badly so very quickly. You can never count on stuff to be going your way for long. So just gotta not... Overconfidence is the mind killer. A little death that brings total oblivion, all that. There, I finally got that quote right from all the way back in the original Swift Sword episode where I got it totally wrong. That is... And now you know where... Now you know my thought process. Something that I did, like, when the channel was... God, like, pre-infancy almost. Still bothers me to this day. Well, anyway. Got a good throne room up and ready to go. Maybe I'm just going to go for 2 keys. Make this nice and... Come on, I got nothing? Make this nice and simple. Get right into the next area. No muss, no fuss. Gonna lose out on some stats. Is that the worst thing, though? I mean, I'm asking right now. I'm almost at 30... I'm almost at 30 survival. I'll just go for it. If things start to turn bad at all, bail. Yeah, I can't. Spinning deflects projectiles, which is for some reason in the language of the game. I don't really know why that works that way, but hey, who am I to disagree? Oh my god, was that the first time that I've ever been hit by one of those bombers? Bombs. I think it might be. Like, literally. Usually so good about dodging those things. Shouldn't have been a problem. Got too cocky. But like I said, that's far from a really bad circumstance here. I'm not going to turn back yet. Now this is about the point in time that I want to turn back. Ah. Nope. Ah! Hitting them to safety. Always the most frustrating thing about using that weapon. Oh boy. Legendary weapon though. Nope. He's gonna cut you off right there. There we go. Stun grenade is keeping him good. Okay. 3, worth it? Worth it? I like the gold as well as the cell. I already got the 75% damage reduction. That was actually a stat scroll. Was not even a... Was actually way more important than just a mere legendary weapon. Well, I guess that depends on what sort of legendary weapon it was. If I got something like a great colorless turret one more time, of course I would be taking that. I would be ecstatic. I kind of like that, but first off, way too expensive. Second off, 2 times damage is questionable. I didn't get the parry there? I was... By the way, I do want to point out that I was turning around there. Oh yeah, I guess I can take that this time. I don't have the same combination that I did before. Curse I would not want to take here. I was turning around to do the parry, and the parry didn't go off, is what I'm trying to say here. Bam, 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 and sell this, because it's not going to do anything for me right now. Come on, do I really not have the Explorer's Rune proccing yet? Could really use that extra knowledge about what this area looks like. Just saying. Ah, so close to 60 kills. Screw that up to a bomber's bomb. It's ridiculous. A terrible play on my part. I don't think I can argue against that. Well, as great as Shovel is, and as great as Shovel could possibly be for the next fight coming up here, I do already have won the Wave of Denial, and 2, I wouldn't really say it's anything essential. Multiple-nocks Bow has been doing a great job as a very basic, simple weapon that has been giving me a very basic and simple type of run. It's very nice. All right, well, that's all I want to see. With the rune procced, I don't have any more business around here. Could see what's in the chests, but hey, I'm already a little bit worried as to how the rest of this is going to be going. All right, every one of the mini boss areas should be... Neither area is better than the other, so I guess I'm just going to... I got hit there. That's embarrassing. Okay, anyway. I don't really see a best way to get out of here. Let's just get everything nice and together. Try to do that, and then with the invincibility barrier, just clear them all right out. And then let's go. Man. Without, like, synergies, you really notice what, like, your basic type of weapons do, which is to say, not very impressive damage. Of course, that's why I'm going to be making absolutely sure that at every opportunity in the fight against the Hand of the King, I'm going to be trying to use the shield. Get back my ammo and just stay invincible for as long as possible. I can probably make it happen for most of the fight, if not the entire fight, if I'm very cautious, very careful. Yeah, this will work out just fine. I like this setup comparatively. I mean, that is because, of course, I did already clear out a decent amount of the enemies around here, but that's fine. Is there really any difference? Would really like to get like poison synergy or something. Double damage would be fantastic. Because right now, by the way, I am looking at nearly 30 survival, and definitely 30 survival by the time I get out of here. And it's like, it's not that great damage. Synergies are important. Synergies are most definitely important. An essential part of your balanced Dead Cells gameplay. Nothing here is very impressive. I mean, Tornado could be useful, but I don't really think it's going to be better than just taking the Wave of Denial that I've been carrying around here the entire time into the fight. The, nearly 30-second cooldown is too prohibitive. All right. Come on. I got this. I think I at least got this. It's a lot more turtling type of run comparatively. I am really planning to sit back, fire at dudes from a distance, really get the most out of this shield, stunning, defensive stuff. But I mean, it's not entirely bereft of damage. It's just certainly not the highest damage run that I've ever had. It's interesting. I have never successfully parried that attack, and I don't think I'm going to start doing so now. I mean, this is the plan. This was the plan, by the way. Didn't get the parry there. That's fine. What? That wasn't parry? That should have been a parry. Okay. Come on. This is going just fine, of course, but also it's like it could be going better. I'm not going to pretend like this is exactly what I wanted to see here. It's like I'm going to survive easily. I got potion charges and everything like that, but it's like, come on. Like I said, turtle-focused run. There you go. I mean, as always, it's just like, it's serviceable. It's a serviceable run. Okay. Come on now. Quickly before I have a very angry giant man on top of me. That's fine. So, how was your day? Feel like at that point in time here. And like I said, it's not going to be a problem. I'm going to beat him. But it's just like, come on. Don't even get to hear this part of the song too often, do we? Oh. Okay, that's fine. Oh, come on. Just like, I mean, I don't even think like one more solid volley is even going to do it, but I'll... Nope, it absolutely won't. All right, well, just like 5 more seconds. It'll be fine. Done. Wow. Chalk that up to maybe like the longest fight I've had against that guy. And it's not great, but I think I'll probably be fine. The real question is, do I want to continue on with what I'm working with as far as the build goes right now, or switch over to the alienation acceptance combo? Necromancy is going to keep me hale and hearty, but it's gonna come down to the melees again. I think I'm just gonna say continue rolling. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I think that I do really have a chance here, but it's also... Come on. There. I guess I should be using that weapon against this guy instead. Well, I mean, you know, I'm fairly satisfied with how this run is going so far. It's just, yeah, needless to say, it's not the most powerful run I've ever had, and that is maybe throwing me off a little bit more, because I love to go with real powerful runs. Wow. Okay. Ooh, boy. Run highlight right there, baby. Wow. Like, you could hear the resignation in my voice, followed by the confusion, followed by just the glee. What a great fixing of my stupid mistakes. Okay. Oh. Wow. I got nothing else to say on that. That was amazing. But, that could have been the loss of the heart right there. Which, by the way, I still have. I'm pretty impressed that I kept that myself. Oh. I hate these guys so much. There. Well, yeah, survival weapons and even like a survival range weapon is not the sort of thing that you want to bring into a fight against those guys. There we go. Oh, well, as long as I can find my way out of... As long as I can find my way out of here with at least a decent amount of health left, I think I'll be okay. All right. There. That should do it. Again, as always, not the best, but it's working. It's working barely, which I feel like this can pretty much be the subtitle of this run, if not perhaps the luckiest I've ever been as far as not dying to my own stupidity. A completely serviceable, totally okay, fine run. Nothing special, nothing not special. Which you think about, it's like, hey, doesn't that fit the Multiple-nocks Bow? You starting a weapon, it just kind of works in the exact way that you want it to. Can't... Yeah, there we go. I can't parry that guy, so you gotta be careful. Well, reward with an alien key. Let's get out of here. Although I do over here, yep, right there, see either a scroll or a legendary weapon, something that I'm going to want to check out. Let's just say that. And then do a little bit more exploration. Might be able to find one of the shops. If I'm lucky, it could be a food shop. If I'm unlucky, it will be nothing. It will be too much, a bunch of stuff I can't afford. There you are. Defender, apparently. Okay, well, I can take him out pretty quick and see what my prize is. All right, well, not bad. But also, like, come on. I cannot stop using the... Okay. Are you kidding me? There. I mean, great. I love that was the thing that destroyed this run. I love it. It's my favorite part about this so far. Let's just keep going here and hopefully it doesn't get any worse than this. The lack of piercing on this bow, I think, has been the most damning thing about this, the issues I've had going on here so far. Like, the piercing is so important. There. Okay, well, I guess that did take him out pretty easily. It's just clearly could not get in the position or didn't have the cooldown to make that work when I was using it, when I was running into that situation before. Lost the heart due to that, which is the most disappointing thing so far. I was able to keep that right up until this point, and that's where I lose it. I guess what I'm saying is I am salty. But that's... You already knew that. Let's just get out of here and see if I can't have a solid win against the boss. Okay. Just a little bit more, a little bit more. Not too much more to go here. Can stop suffering at any time. Hopefully in the way that I'll be celebrating and not just resigned to the run having ended. All right. All right. You know, Wave of Denial, despite not even scaling with these weapons, has been quite the MVP, hasn't it? I'm at least impressed with that, if nothing else. Right, you got to remember that those guys don't see those walls for some reason. Ah. Good. Did not kill him, though. And apparently cannot teleport back up here. Okay, then. Please tell me that the librarian didn't see me. Nope, it definitely did. Ah, yeah. This is not working out too well now here, is it? There, man. Oh, what a terrible go right at the last little bit here. But that's kind of what you expect as far as the end game for Dead Cells go sometimes. Now this is definitely a point in time to cheese this out. Are you kidding me? Falling directly on top of each other, doing just the most damage. Let's go, man. What a time to be had. Okay, switch out Necromancy for... What do I want, actually? Let's say ammo. I think ammo is going to be the most effective here, because I am going to be going through a lot of it in this fight, certainly. Even with the shield, even trying to use the shield as much as possible, it is going to be frustrating. I'm thinking, let's go. Get that invincibility barrier going on. Just keep on going with it. The parries are not too difficult in this fight, certainly. Forcing him right into the next phase. Mm-hmm. Now let's see if I can't redeem myself, at least against this phase right here. Yeah, that did get a little stun on there, but not quite what I was looking for. Come on. Doing just fine so far, all things considered. Hey, come on. Hopefully going into the last phase here, because that's really what I'd like to see if I could. Nah, not quite. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And one more. Oh, come on. with like one last little hit right at the end there. You know, let's be better safe than sorry, because I'm thinking that I'm going to be going into the last phase right here, and this is about the point in time that I really want to be at full health. Nope, not at all. And in fact, here comes... Oh, thankfully not a... I was worried that it was going to be a golem. Last phase. There we go. I think I got it here. I mean, it's not the fastest collector fight, certainly. It's pretty okay, though. Okay. One more. And again, another part of the song that I don't know if I've ever actually heard before. Oh, I just think of it as like, you know, new content in one way or another. Oh, thank God, please end this now. No, dude, we're done. There you go. Told you, range survival weapons. It's something real nice. Well, I'm happy. I'm 2 for 2 now in the showcase runs. Cool.